Point shooting with the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. We're back out at the beautiful Banner shooting range. As of late, we've done quite a bit of shooting with our Bodyguard 2 carry comp. Let's return focus to the original Bodyguard 2 for a change. In today's video, we're going to do similar to our previous video with the Bodyguard carry comp, where the majority of our shooting today, we're going to do not aiming at the sights. We're just going to do point shooting, shall we say, where I'm going to aim at the target at where it feels like I'm aiming at the right spot without looking at the sights. And we're going to see how well the Bodyguard 2 does putting holes in paper today. Though unlike many of our previous videos on these firearms, again, similar to our last video, instead of shooting at circle targets, the majority of today's video, we're going to shoot at a silhouette to help put the intended use case of this firearm back into focus. While we're still putting holes in paper, the paper is going to be shaped like, say, the target you might encounter if you were using it off range. So let's see how those holes on paper look today, relative or put into that context. I have two 12-round magazines I'll start with. The first magazine I will do with my right-handed two-handed grip. We'll reload, and then I'll do, say, a left-handed two-handed grip, same thing, point shooting at our target, and we'll see how many, if any, hits we get in a good spot or on our target at all. Here we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. At least 11 in the 9 ring or better. A 12th one that might be a snowman hit that I can't see from back here. We're going to say tentatively 11 of 12 in the 9 ring of our target. Let's see how we do with our left-handed. Same idea, and I should have mixed in some double taps, so we'll do that in our next set of magazines. Here we go. Okay, I think the majority, maybe 11 of 12, again in the 9 ring. It looks like we might have put one in the 8 ring. Though all of our hits squarely center mass on our target at, while not rapid fire shooting, I would say much faster pace than what we do when we're aiming down the sights. Okay, I've reloaded our magazines, this time with 10 in each magazine for round numbers. Our first set of magazines were Blazer Brass 95 grain full metal jacket. These next 20 rounds will be Winchester Target and Practice 95 grain full metal jacket. What I'm going to do with the second set of magazines is I'll fire at the cranium zone of our target, again, not aiming down the sights. I'll do a single shot, a double tap, and a single shot. Wait, that's too many. A single shot, a double tap with my right hand two-handed grip, transition to my left-handed two-handed grip, a single shot and 2 double taps, and we'll see how many, if any, hits we can put on that cranium zone. Here we go. Okay, at least 3 of 5. Oh, I miscounted. We got 1 in the ear, or just off the ear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the cranium zone. It looks like 2 a little to the left of the cranium. 2 that I don't know where they went. Let's now do 10 more. And this time I will actually use the sights aiming at the cranium zone. We'll do 5 right-handed, a slow measured pace, 5 left-handed, two-handed grip and a slow measured pace. And we'll see how many, if any, we can put on that cranium zone. Here we go. Okay, we'll have to rely on target cam. Maybe 9 of 10. It could be 10 of 10. We'll have to count it up with target cam and do a little overlay, shall we say, on the hit count there. Okay, I put out a fresh target, this time a 4 circle target. And what we're going to do, similar to our previous video, is I am going to do 4 sets of double taps, 1 at each one of those targets, going in a clockwise order, starting at the top left target. So a double tap top left, double tap top right, etc. And for an added, say, challenge to the Bodyguard 2, what I've done is I've loaded this magazine with 8 rounds of leftover bullets from different boxes. There's something like 2 rounds of Fedra Hydroshock low recoil, 1 round of Blazer brass 95 grain, 3 rounds of Sierra Outdoor Master, 2 rounds of SIG Elite Defense. Let's see how many, if any, of these double taps we can put on our target. Ideally, we have 8 hits in the bullseyes, though the odds of that happening are pretty low. Though what we're really hoping to do, besides put 8 hits in bullseyes, if we don't get a hit in the bullseye, we're hoping that at least Fred, who's in the middle of that target, comes out of that unscathed. Here we go. Okay, maybe slightly better in terms of holes on paper results than last week. We did manage to put 1 of the 2 in the top left. 2 of 2, while not in the bullseye, are on our right-hand target. We donated 1 hit from the bottom right target to the top right target. It looks like we have 1 hit just off that target by the Allen logo. And on the bottom left, again, 1 hit on the target. And at least from back here, it looks like Fred has survived, again, unscathed. He'll be happy about that. Let me reposition our target. I have 6 rounds of Federal Hydroshock low recoil left. We are going to shoot these at our 1.5-inch challenge target now. Let's see how we can do. Here we go. 6 shots. Federal Hydroshock low recoil, what was left of the box, at that little 1.5-inch challenge target. Here we go. Cross your fingers. Okay. We're all around the target, though it looks like, I want to say maybe our second shot we got at 1 o'clock. It's a graze on the target, but hey, it counts. In today's video, we took a look at the concept of point shooting with regard to the Bodyguard 2, and the notion that you can aim and fire on a target and be fairly accurate without having to utilize the sights. Point shooting, instinct shooting, there's quite a few different names for it. The idea is that by nature of humans' natural hand-eye coordination, and where we point at a target, we're usually pretty spot on with actually being right on that target, that instead of, say, using your index finger, point at that target. If we replace that with, say, a firearm, where, say, the barrel acts as our finger, we can actually be pretty darn accurate that way too. And as we saw in today's video, that with our Bodyguard 2, we were actually pretty darn accurate. We didn't shoot any Oakley tight groups, though the majority of our hits did land on the center mass of that silhouette target. And when you think of this Bodyguard 2, while we shoot it on the range, we occasionally shoot ballistics gel blocks or water jugs or whatever for fun. This is a concealed carry, personal protection, home defense firearm where, worst case scenario, you're actually going to be using it to, say, defend yourself against a non-paper target, unless the world gets really weird on us. And against a person-sized target that we used in today's video, we saw that the majority of those hits were squarely center mass when we were aiming at center mass on our target, such that if we had put all those hits on, say, a person instead of a paper target, odds of them walking away or being effective after so many hits in the vitals area is pretty low. And if they did, well, we probably got bigger problems on our hand than, say, the caliber and capacity of our firearm. So when it comes to point shooting with our Bodyguard 2, it can be a very effective method of putting hits rapidly and effectively on your target. So you do need to have a little bit of practice, though not, say, 6,000-ish rounds like we have going through the firearm. Obviously, if you watch our channel, the vast majority of the shots that we fired through the Bodyguard 2 before this video were using aimed down the sights shooting. Though we're going to start doing more, quote, point shooting with this firearm in the future. So the groups that we saw today, while not bad, and I would call them effective, they're probably only going to get better as time goes by as a result of more practice. Well, let us know about your thoughts on the Bodyguard 2 and point shooting. When you use the Bodyguard 2, are you point shooting or instinct shooting? Or are you aiming down the sights? And are you going to try the other method if you're doing the opposite? Let us know in the comments. Well, anyway, that seems like the perfect spot to end today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, like the presentation, share it with your friends and family. Those things are free, and they really help the channel greatly. If you'd like to help us make more videos like this in the future, look into becoming a member. Fred and I really appreciate you getting this far. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a nice night.
So, are you ready? Oh!